CockFM Radio. It's all about you.
A very warm welcome to you on the show today, Monday, 22nd of May, 2023. It's the start of a pretty exciting new week. I do hope we have a productive one. All right, it's time for us to review the major stories making the rounds on the cover of our national dailies. My name is Olufemi Peters. All right, we're going to be starting off today's edition of the headliners on CockFM Radio with the Punch newspaper. And the cover story for the Punch today says Dangote refinery opens today. Highs crude oil from 3 continents. Buhari, Tinubu, African leaders, others to attend launching. Refinery to meet daily fuel consumption. Create 100,000 jobs. That's the cover story for the Punch. You'll find that on page 27. Presidential poll tribunal parties disagree as court rules on live broadcast today. Accounts for $460 million CCTV loan. Courts, others, federal government. NDLEA arrest Baron in Lagos hotel over 567 million seized drug. Don't judge me based on performance as minister, says Akpabio. Those are the other stories on the cover of the Punch newspaper. And now we look at today's edition of Daily Independent newspaper. Cover story for Daily Independent: Aviation Minister in dilemma over national carrier project. Plan to use Ethiopian Airlines. NG Eagle aircraft fails. NCAA reluctant to issue airline air operator certificate. We were prepared before court case. That's according to Minister's aide. That's the cover story for Daily Independent. You'll find that on page 29. Staying with Daily Independent still, Nigeria's economy under Buhari worst in 24 years. That's according to analysts. Bandits kill 9 in Kaduna community, 5 die in Sokoto explosion. Court orders Buhari government to account for $460 million failed Abuja CCTV project. UK to ban Nigerian students from traveling with families. Explore ways to create wealth to break chain of corruption. Next year tasks Tinubu. NAFDAC to resolve rejection of 70% of Nigeria's food exports. It's infuriating, telling election losers to go to court. And 10th National Assembly Joint Task Group vows to deliver Abbas Kalu as Speaker and Deputy Speaker. The Daily Times cover story for Daily Times today: NDDC's can of worms, but management bicker over 1.4 trillion naira unapproved spending. Commission operates 367 bank accounts. MD to appear before Senate today. That's the cover story for the Daily Times. And now we move on to the Vanguard newspaper. Today's edition of Vanguard, Monday, May 22nd, 2023, says manufacturers in dire straits as unsold goods eat 470 billion naira. Now, there are riders to this big story. The riders are saying man points at low purchasing power, cash crunch, as 2023 FPM's tax hike threatens sector survival. FMCG's report up to 60% sales drop. You see page 23 for details of the story. Global misinformation IPE to the rescue. CCTV project account for $460 million Chinese loan. Court orders federal government. Insecurity gave me sleepless nights, ex-President Jonathan. UK to ban Nigerian students from bringing in families. Tinubu's inheritance, now the challenge of hope. 1999 constitution, states reduced to pathetic beggars. That's according to Akeredolu. Buhari 5 presidents to commission Dangote refinery today. Those are the other stories on the cover of the Vanguard newspaper. The big story for the Nation newspaper today says Shettima, Tinubu will run an all-inclusive administration. Tinubu will run an all-inclusive administration. That's according to the Vice President-elect, Kashim Shettima. And there's an interesting rider accompanying this headline. It says, Why Southeast Should Support Incoming Government by Dave Umahi. There's also another story here. Why President-elect met with Kwankwanso by Jibril. Ganduje aware of Pali. Explain your source of wealth. El Rufai tells predecessors. Interest rate likely to go up again as MPC meets. Sack fever grips aviation workers after FAN shakeup. Afe Babalola urges incoming government to seek debt forgiveness. Buhari 5 African presidents to inaugurate Dangote refinery. And UK to ban foreign students from relocating with families. Those are the other stories on the cover of the Nation newspaper. The cover story for Daily Sun today, Monday, 22nd of May 2023 says, latest Plateau attacks. Church alleges killing of 130, razing of 1,000 houses. Church alleges killing of 130, razing of 1,000 houses. 22 worship centers also, and 22 villages burnt. You'll find details of the story on page 4 of Daily Sun. And now we move on to Nigerian Tribune. History hope as Dangote refinery begins operation. History hope as Dangote refinery begins operation. Buhari to inaugurate the world's largest single refinery today. 5 other African presidents to be in attendance. Refinery to process 650,000 barrels per day. Sits on 2,635 hectares of land to provide employment to over 100,000 persons. Moman, Ipman, others list necessary things for its sustainability. That's the cover story for the Nigerian Tribune. You'll find that on page 6. IPIE traces global crisis to misinformation. Onoyekan backs call for live coverage of election tribunal. Seek debt forgiveness to succeed as president. Affair counsels Tinubu. Strike uproar as federal government exempts 204 Unizik lecturers from no work, no pay rule. Thanks reps leadership. G7 Great Minority Caucus adopts consensus candidates for speaker and deputy. Say Tinubu's presence during inauguration won't stop us. G6 insists on meeting with Tinubu. And again, the cover story for the Guardian newspaper. High expectations as Dangote breaks NNPC's monopoly, shrinks EU supply to Africa. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian. And finally, the last newspaper we're reviewing for today is the Daily Trust newspaper. And on the cover page of Daily Trust is this story that says 6 top sectors awaiting Tinubu's magic wand. 6 top sectors awaiting Tinubu's magic wand. Writers to this story say expert advocates new security architecture, think tank. Power grid crashes dog energy sector. Power grid crashes dog energy sector. 77 trillion naira debt, and rising inflation. That is the big story for Daily Trust newspaper today. Also, let's inform you that bandits kill 15 farmers in Kaduna and Benue. How vigilantes killed 11 others, women, children in Oyo. Resident doctors suspend strike, resume work today. Over 70% of Nigerian foods rejected abroad. That's according to NAFDAC. Daura plans big for Buhari's homecoming. Nigeria imported 1.4 trillion naira raw sugar in 6 years. MSSN petitions federal government over lewd sexual content in school textbooks. Alright, I'm afraid that's all we can take on today's edition of the headliners on CockFM Radio. Till I come your way again tomorrow, please stay tuned to CockFM Radio Shagam, where we give you pretty exciting content. For more info and updates, visit our social media platforms via CockFM Radio Live on Facebook, CockFM on Twitter, CockFM Radio Live on Instagram, and CockFM Radio Live on YouTube. Many thanks for listening. To have a most productive day.
CockFM Radio. It's all about you.